What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake NBA DFS Early Look. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I, of course, am from the WiseTake Nation, which you can find on all the social media platforms listed below or directly at WiseTake.com. If you're looking to take your DFS game to the next level, we are a premium DFS content provider as well as a DFS community designed to help make you a better DFS player. Day pass is available $2.50. That's it for a 1 full day. WiseTake content includes our projections, cheat sheets, Paulides, fast break, my core plays, and of course our pre-lock live stream, which we do Monday through Friday, 45 minutes prior to lock, up to lock. Go check it out. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell. Don't miss out on any of the free content we put out. We do free NBA content Monday through Friday. Got baseball around the corner. We'll be doing something for that as well. So don't miss out. Leave us some comments. Love to hear back from you. Love to hear the feedback. Hit the like button. And most importantly, if you could share the show. The sharing goes a long way. We can use more of the sharing, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I don't care. Or what the hipsters and youngsters like. If you got a little following action, flaunt that shit. And even if you don't, I don't give a damn. Just show your support for the nation. We appreciate it. All right, we got, looks like, 7 games? Is that right? 7 games? I know we have a later lock. I noticed that both sites were at 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's kind of right up our alley, right? Sweet spot. We're going to go game by game as we do, starting with Philly, Washington. Back-to-back for Philly. Phenomenal spot for Washington. For Philly here. Joel Embiid's expected to come back, it sounds like. His 7-day quarantine ends. Supposed to end on Friday. We'll wait for an official word, but Simmons is still going to be out. It seems like his went until Saturday. So, phenomenal spot for Embiid. Phenomenal spot for Tobias. Tobias disappointed a little bit, but it wasn't really his fault, right? The game got out of hand and never came back in the fourth quarter. Only played like 25 minutes. So, I'm willing to go back to both of those players against a team that plays extremely fast in Washington and has been a little bit more competitive lately, which is always a good thing. Bradley Beal is questionable with a knee injury. We'll have to check and see if he's in or out. If he's out, it's going to increase uses for Westbrook, but it's also going to increase the likelihood that they get their ass beat because it's not a good team as it is. Kind of need their two best players playing. If Beal is in, I really like Bradley Beal. I don't think this team, especially with Simmons out, I don't think they have a way of slowing him down. You're going to put Seth Curry on him? Like, who are you going to put on this guy? You don't have Jay Rich no more. So I really do like Beal if he does play. But the Washington side is where you like multiple players. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. Shake Milton's price is up. They raised up Seth Curry's price, who would most likely start at point guard. I still think he's in play. Howard's price been raised, but if Embiid comes back, it's like, nah. On the Washington side, Hachimura, Bertans, all these usual suspects are okay. You get the feeling, though, that if they put in Mo Wags, he's going to get slaughtered housed. But, I'm not too interested in too many of these Washington guys. It's mainly going to be Bradley Beal, and I really like Embiid and Tobias Harris on the other side, assuming Embiid plays, right? Bold assumption. Cleveland and New Orleans is a back-to-back for New Orleans as well. Zion's price remains sky high. You go get it, Zion. Jared Allen's price is also up there. This is a really good spot for centers, but this is an expensive price tag on both sides. 8.6 on DraftKings, 8K on FanDuel. Colin Sexton is 7.8 and 8.1. His price has come up. He's played really well, but it's really a minutes thing, right? Look at the amounts of minutes he's playing. Played over 40 minutes in 3 straight games. Got a little refresher at the All-Star break. Matchup-wise, this should be a really good matchup for Mr. Brandon Ingram. Didn't do so well against Minnesota despite a fairly cheap price tag, but certainly a bounce-back type situation here against a defenseless Cleveland team. I think Lonzo's fine for tournaments. We'll check the status of Darius Garland. It's worth noting that Kevin Love may actually play a fucking game for once in his life. He's currently questionable. I'd be surprised if he did, and if he hasn't played since the 27th. So I'm not really sure what his deal is, if he still wants to play anymore. It seems like I don't remember the last time he's played anything significant. But even if he doesn't come back, Larry Nance is back. In general, Cleveland is a little bit healthier than they've been, right? So hard to really make any true, solid, definitive calls with these value plays, right? But Zion is obviously fine. Ingram's solid. I don't mind Lonzo Ball. Blah, blah, blah. Denver and Memphis. Joker's the Joker, right? Usage has been awesome. He's been phenomenal. Jamal Murray's price has come down on FanDuel. He's 7-7. Still 8-4 on DraftKings. Very good spot for point guards. That's Russell Westbrook, who did the dirty twice, right? Not as good of a spot for Joe Val. I think that defensively it is. Jokic is a terrible defender, and with Paul Millsap's questionable. If Millsap's in, he does make a difference, though. I would assume that if he came back, he would be on some kind of minute restriction. He does make a difference down low for this team. But it's foul trouble on the other end, covering Jokic, that worries me about Joe Val. Michael Porter Jr. is fine, right? I like him more. I mean, he's overpriced if Millsap is like back in any capacity. But again, we would anticipate Millsap to be eased in regardless. Just a price thing. Interesting to go back to Dylan Brooks after he kind of busted his chalk. Winslow's been looking good, man. He has. How much is Winslow on DraftKings? 4-5, so they're coming up. Will Barton is interesting at 5-6 against Memphis. Don't mind him. I still think he's kind of too cheap relative to the minutes he's played. Where Desmond Bain is still 3,600 over here. I'm not really sure why. I know this, don't get me wrong, there's some inconsistencies in his minutes, but very strange. Very strange that he's 4-4 over there. Now, then again, Melton is 43 on DraftKings, and I think FanDuel's got a thing for Melton. He's 5-8 over here, which is kind of crazy. But an interesting game nonetheless. Orlando, San Antonio. This is a back-to-back for Orlando. We know that DeMar DeRozan is out. Big-time boost for DeJounte Murray, especially when you consider that LMA is pretty much done with this team. We'll check the status of Evan Fournier for the Magic, who missed Thursday, and also Terrence Ross, who missed with a knee injury. If Ross is in and Fournier is out, I will certainly load up on Terrence Ross, no problem. If Fournier is in, they're both just kind of okay, I think, at this point, especially with Aaron Gordon back. Although we have to see if Aaron Gordon even play, right? It's a back-to-back for him. Only played 13 minutes against Miami in his first game back in a while, so, you know, it is what it is. Derek White, if his ownership is low, I'm willing to go back. I mean, he was a complete disaster against Dallas, right? 27 minutes, 8.5 FanDuel points, complete disaster. So if people are reluctant to go back, I'd be kind of interested to go back. He's 49 on DraftKings, not bad. Keldon Johnson's another one. He's 4-8 on DraftKings. He's 5-4 on FanDuel. The minutes have not quite been there. He did get into foul trouble last time out. But I'd be willing to take some stabs at it. Now, Rudy Gay is back. He moved him over to power forward. Now, he got 26 minutes against Dallas. That was pretty impressive, right? How much is he over here? On Mr. DraftKings land. 5-2, it looks like. So still, again, within the range, within the reach. I don't mind it. If he's going to get that sizable of a role, we don't know. Honestly, at this point, it looks like this team is a bunch of sellers, and I'm surprised he's still playing. But it is what it is. We'll keep it moving. But DeJounte Murray, for sure. I mean, no DeRozan, no LMA. A team that has not been good against point guards. Looks like a pretty good DeJounte Murray day. Even at these high price tags. Well, on FanDuel, it's a high price tag at 8-2. He's only 7-5 on DraftKings. I like that. Miami and Chicago is a back-to-back for both teams in this one. Jimmy Buckets has been amazing. Going back to Chicago, yada, yada, yada. Been an automatic 50, I said. Make that 60 because the dude just went nuts against Orlando. I'm cool with Levine. Bam Adebayo is out once again, so we can consider Kelly Olynyk, who I know is in a really good spot in general. Let's go find him real quick. Where you at, Olynyk? 4,500 on FanDuel, 5-7 on DraftKings. Again, Olynyk went out and did the dirty. When he gets minutes, he's going to play. And that's what's happening right now. This is a really good spot against the Bulls as long as he can stay out of any kind of foul trouble, whatever, what have you. We'll check the status on injuries for Chicago. They got a lot of players back, but it is a back-to-back, so maybe we see some guys sit, right? So we have to really, hard to really make a definitive move on Chicago at this point. Plus, Miami is not exactly the team you love to target against either. But Buckets, with no Bam for sure, stands out. Kelly Olynyk looks awesome. Get down on it. It's awesome, right? Houston and Utah. Dirty mode, dirty mode, dirty mode. Dirty mode, dirty mode, dirty mode. So, looking at Houston, John Wall. This is a back-to-back. John Wall did miss. We'll have to see if he ends up playing here. If he does, the minutes have been pretty awesome for John Wall, but is he really nursing an injury? I mean, this is a tough spot. Let's be honest. Utah has been awesome, especially at home. And Houston is not. They've been fucking terrible. Now they're on a back-to-back. So hard to really see Houston hanging in there. I know they had, what's his name? Kevin Porter Jr. was supposed to make his debut. He ended up getting hurt. It was kind of a disaster. We'll have to see. Eric Gordon was going to miss, but he did end up playing. Looks like they moved Eric Gordon to small forward. That's kind of interesting. No Nwaba. The new house is a game-time decision. So that's the thing about Houston is like they're missing so many bodies. I just saw a tweet literally as we do this show now. It says PJ Tucker uncertain to return to lineup before trade deadline. So he may not play, which means that Jayshawn Tate should get a ton of minutes, even if it's a blowout because they just don't have the bodies, right? And I guess our boy Mr. Patton here, we can expect to continue to get big minutes. If they're not going to play Tucker, who's pretty much been their backup center. So Christian Wood is still out. He's not back yet. The Utah side, they're all in good matchups. Pace, everything looks great. It's just a matter of, does the game get ugly? And that's kind of scary, right? Last game, we've got the Lakers and the Pacers. The true late night hammer being that this game starts at 10:30. Looks like Labrisius James is probable. Right, that's cool for him. The Pacers. This is not the same Pacers team that we've seen in seasons past. This Pacers team has been hemorrhaging fantasy points. So I do like LeBron. I also like Sabonis, being that the Lakers are a lot smaller now without Anthony Davis. I heard rumors that they're looking for a big man because it's not working out with Gasol. I don't know. Malcolm Brogdon is only 6'6" on FanDuel. Expect him to be popular, even though his performance has kind of sucked recently. He's 8K on DraftKings, just to put it into perspective for you. Schroeder's okay. Brogdon's defense has been subpar at best. It looks like Kuzma's probable. He finally balled out, but keep in mind that was without LeBron playing, so he went out there and just made it all about him. That's what he does. TJ McConnell's getting big minutes. I'm cool with that. I don't mind McConnell. This is the kind of game I think he can kind of be sneakily good. Now, he's 5'9" on DraftKings, but he's only 5'2" on FanDuel. I like that a little bit better. Okay, yeah, Gasol looks like he's still out. Health protocols. Okay. So, again, this team is very small. So, I do like LeBron and Sabonis. Markieff Morris should be looking at extended minutes. He's been getting he got 30 minutes in 2 straight games. I know one of them LeBron didn't play, but with no Gasol, I think he's going to play a lot of 4 and 5, so I'm good with him for value. The other guys are fine. Doug McDermott, he's getting minutes. Justin Holiday, these guys are okay, right? But I think McConnell, Markieff, Brogdon, Sabonis, and Labrisius Maximus, I like the most. And I guess I shouldn't rule out Schroeder completely. I kind of like Schroeder, or Harrell for that matter. It's just this team's kind of big, so I don't feel like I'm really getting an edge there. Anyway, that's going to do it for this edition of the Early Look. Come check us out at WiseTake.com for final takes. I got my core plays article I write, as well as my positional rankings. Come check out our projections. They're the ones I use. I update them all throughout the day. See what Paulie's on. His fast break includes his core for cash and JPP life, as well as a little player pool action. So come check us out, man. It's cheap, man. But again, hit the like button on your way out. Leave us some comments. And most importantly, guys, share the show, man. Help the nation grow. The more the nation grow, the more we can put into it. The more we can get out of it. So let's do the dirty and share the show. For myself, the entire WiseTake Nation, as always, good luck.